for you that they've shot.
Al Gore, we know about you. We know this global warming thing is a hoax. You want a carbon credit? Carbon taxes? That's a tax on life, sir. Respond, you coward.
Ladies and gentlemen, none of this would be happening now if just a few people hadn't started standing up. And I can tell you, we are responsible. Myself, Luke Radowski, and all these other men and women. You can start your own group, whether it's We Are Change. I think more the better. Create a We Are Change, create another group. I push my audience, my listeners to join, to get involved. There's no forms, no organization. It's just a name, people that want truth, that want to defeat the New World Order. And it's impossible for the globalist to infiltrate groups like We Are Change because there's nothing to infiltrate. There's Luke's website that has links to all the other groups. It's impossible to stop. They've tried to infiltrate chapters, and we've confirmed that, and tried to get people to do illegal stuff. It hasn't worked. They've tried to falsely charge We Are Change. Women and men running out of dark doorways at events with a person in a wheelchair, ramming it into someone, and then putting it in the newspaper that We Are Change assaulted a girl in a wheelchair. And later it came out, the New York Post had to print a retraction and say it was all a hoax because they went to court and proved it was a fraud. I mean, do you see what we're going through, what these great people are going through? And they've gone in, through, and beyond the tyranny. And Al Gore has now canceled his major events. I was telling you last hour he's going to start canceling events. He's now canceling. He'll only be able to do TV now because it's the only place it'll be one-sided. He's under siege with his fraud. Let's go to Matt from We Are Change Nashville. We've got some video of their confronting Gore. And when they did it, it was all over the newspapers, all over radio, all over TV. Their quotes about his fraud, about his lies, about how he's making money off of it. Again, taking over the media coverage as our right as Americans, going to these events and telling the truth. And we've got Savannah, who's with We Are Change as well, with Matt. Great job, guys. Good to have you here with us.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
What is it like for you to be involved in this and see it bearing such incredible fruit?
It's really inspiring. I mean, we set up that day. We didn't know what was going to happen, but we knew that we had to be there. We had to do something. So I mean, it worked out pretty good. Before it started, before Al Gore came out, we were passing out articles to people in line and just trying to talk to people. You know, most of them didn't want to hear it. Most of them didn't want the articles. But I mean, it doesn't matter. You know, we got to stand up.
Well, it ended up getting a lot of media coverage, and I want to play just a short clip, which is just a little bird's eye view, audio for radio listeners, video for PrisonPlanet.tv viewers. Of course, we post all these videos up at Infowars.com. Here it is.
Al Gore, you're a traitor. Your carbon tax is meant to enslave America. We know it.
We don't want your global governance.
We don't want your global governance. We don't want your carbon tax. You're a traitor.
Yeah, so
now,
Alex, I also went up to Gore. I bought a book myself and asked him when he talked about global governance in the speech on July 7th. I asked him what he meant by that term, and one of his PR ladies just grabbed me and pushed me out of the way.
They're not allowed to ask. You're allowed to talk to him as long as it's worshiping him, but you can't ask about an internationally televised speech he gave because global government doesn't exist.
Yes, I mean, even if I paid $30 for a book so I could ask him this question, and I can't even, it's ridiculous.
Well, I want to point out that the protest outside made it in the paper and on TV, and the clips we're showing are just a tiny snapshot of all the things that are happening at these events.
Well, luckily there was a reporter there, and when I was in the back talking to a small group of people, I mean, I guess it made enough noise where she came over and was kind of listening to what we were saying. She identified herself as a reporter, and I gave her a copy of Fall Republic so that, you know, if she could watch, that'd be great. And that's actually how we got in the paper, was that the reporter that was listening to us talk, you know, before Al Gore was even there. So, and then obviously she covered the point when I called him a traitor, and that was one of the main things she put in the paper about it. So.
WeAreChangeNashville.com, and it's not just Al Gore. Go after any globalist, gun grabbers, child grabbers, forced inoculators, people that are promoting the end of our sovereignty, expand the group, continue to go out, continue to get involved, continue to have your voice be heard, showing that we are the majority, we are the American people, and we're not backing down. Savannah and Matt, anything else?
Yes, sir. We got a protest this weekend, Saturday at 2:30, in front of Belcourt Theater in Nashville. We're doing a protest march for Climate Gate.
Yeah,
Good.
So definitely encourage all those other We Are Change groups to definitely get out there and do something, especially with Copenhagen coming up this week. Just go out there and drive it.
And he's got another film coming out. We'll all demonstrate outside those theaters. We'll be right back. Now that ClimateGate is out, so many people that trusted the government and the scientists and the media, that didn't know the scientists were on the UN payroll, are now ready to hear the truth. And that's why my film, Fall of the Republic, is so important, because a whole hour of this 2-hour, 24-minute film is about how the banks engineered the crisis, how they created the climate scam, how you will pay your taxes directly to them, how it's a eugenics system. Fall of the Republic. People are ready to see this film. Get it at Infowars.com. And while supplies last, if you order, you get it. Just that we're going to have to pull it down soon because we're running out of them. You get a free Obama Joker T-shirt. Or you can choose a free Don't Tread on Me shirt in a different varieties and designs for a limited time at Infowars.com. Or when you call the toll-free number, say you want the Fall of the Republic free T-shirt deal, and tell them whether you want an Obama shirt or a Don't Tread on Me shirt. 888-253-3139, 888-253-3139, or Infowars.com. And your purchase also of the film and the free T-shirt makes what we're doing here possible. So I want to thank all of you out there that have been supporting us, so we can then support all these other activist groups and give them a platform to fight the globalist. I mean, this is really happening, ladies and gentlemen. We're part of something very big. The momentum is beginning to shift in our direction, in the side of liberty and freedom and honor and duty and everything that is valuable and good. We are exposing these criminals for what they are: illegitimate criminals, murderous control freaks. That's strong language, but that's not strong enough. Truth is stranger than fiction, and we're facing some very wicked people. Now, we've got We Are Change Toronto, We Are Change Florida, and then saving the most powerful for last. I mean, they made the big sudden death overtime score at the Super Bowl here of political action. Saeed and Steve from We Are Change Chicago coming up with the powerhouse video clip we played earlier in the week that hundreds of thousands of views online. Just devastating to the globalist, absolutely devastating, and we salute them and their work. And again, Al Gore is not just being confronted about lying about the hockey stick graph that they've now proven is a fraud, they've had to withdraw, or lying and saying polar bears can't swim and they're all basically dead when their numbers have exploded, or saying the Arctic's going to totally melt and then it doesn't, showing a time lapse of the summer when the Arctic and Antarctic get smaller, but not showing you in the winter how they get bigger again. The ice caps go like this. The ice caps go like this. And, of course, well, I mean, the point is that now we have their internal emails, and Al Gore's canceling his Copenhagen propaganda because he can't go speak now. He knows there's going to be Lord Monckton is going to be reporting here live for us, and others, and thousands of activists exposing him. He can't allow it. If he goes, it will make it a spectacle, and then the truth will come out. But instead, he won't be there now. We'll be there exposing them. You see? So it's just so incredible to see this happening. And now we're not just talking about all the climate fraud. People are going, well, what did Al Gore write? Well, what did John P. Holdren write in Eco-Science? What are they saying in all these textbooks? They're saying we need an fake environmental crises to get people to give up their rights for a scientific dictatorship so we can set up world government to forcibly reduce population numbers. I mean, this is in hundreds of government documents that we quote, that we link, that we cover up on the websites, that we cover every day. We give you their quotes. We give you their books. We give you where they said it, how they did it. I know it's hard to believe they brag in this book how they're drugging your water supply. But they're doing it. I mean, you cannot make this up. There's a reason people are so docile and servile.